So what we've seen the last week is the Australian stock market hit a 5-year high, and that's pretty substantial given that about 12 months ago the world was really quite focused on the issues in Europe, and the debt problems over there were causing people to worry if maybe Greece would default on debt, or whether the debt be kicked out of the euro, and these kind of things were dominating the markets. And largely what's happened is we've seen a lot better confidence around the issues in Europe, a lot bigger confidence around what's going on in the US as well, and as a result the last 18 months we have seen markets lift substantially. Now the focus really at the moment has been on some of the government issues in the US regarding funding. There's this whole talk of whether the government will shut down over whether they approve the funding or not. There's concerns about the healthcare sector and all those kind of approvals of funding that need to happen. And we've seen these kind of things quite a few times where the market will get a little bit up in arms about whether the government over there will have some kind of big failure. You know, we've had the fiscal cliff, the debt ceiling that needs to get raised every so often. And these things are usually storms and teacups, because at the last minute they largely have to address these things, because the alternative to letting these things go is much worse than the issue at hand. So we're likely expecting this to see a last minute sort of recovery and the government approve funding and these kind of things. Now, how investors can handle these things is there are more opportunities than threats for long-term investors, because they're able to actually go and look at markets and say, if we've seen a pullback in prices, that's an opportunity to buy some good quality assets at below normal prices, with a long-term view that they'll probably recover very quickly on when the US comes to some decision. So these things should be not really considered too much of a threat to people if they are true long-term investors. If people would like more information, they can follow us on Twitter, look at our Facebook page, or go to our website www.prescottsecurities.com.au.